Welcome.
Mic is good.
Oh, brother. Welcome. First edition of Churchill diet.
You want to soccer, basketball? You want it? You want to different record? I just want to keep out of the car. I will stay. Okay. You can stop.
Hello there. Welcome to Diet and Proper Nutrition, based on what your goals are, what you're looking to get, whether it's just slimming down, gaining weight, losing weight, changing your body composition for better performance, or all of the above. So I think a lot of people understand, but a lot of people don't quite understand just how important the food is. So much of how we look, how we feel, how we perform is based on how well we eat. You are what you eat. So today we're going to start that conversation about diet and nutrition, and what we eat. The diet nutrition plan is have in mind the vision, your goal, a very clear goal in mind what you want, whether it's losing a specific amount of weight or gaining a certain amount of weight, gaining a certain amount of strength or speed or endurance, performance, just looking better, whatever it is. Have it very clear in your mind what it is. Have very clear in your mind what your goal is, and how much time you have to get it done. Also, keep in mind, it's also very good to know why. What's the purpose of your goal? For boxers and fighters, it's very obvious. You got some people it's for health issues. A lot of people, especially in America, suffer from obesity, and living with obesity, there are a lot of health risks that you need to. It's very important that you tackle those risks. Whatever the reason for your goal is, it's have a very in your mind, be very clear about what your goal is and why. Another thing that's also really important, I think, is when you're setting forward to move forward with your diet goal, is know your goal and then give yourself a certain amount of time. How much time do you have to get it done? Whether it's 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks. Ideally, for a fighter, I prefer, especially if it's a 12-round title fight, it's 8 to 10 weeks. Ideally, but you have to be able to make adjustments. Whatever the time is, you have your goal, your reason, the time frame, and also how much you're willing to commit to it. Everybody's schedule is different. Everybody is different. How much time can you commit to it? How vigorous can you exercise it during that time frame? Be realistic. Can you commit to it? Did everything? Can you be realistic about that? Okay, so moving forward, I'm going to sort of go over 3 different diets that you can use. You can use them separately. You can use them. You can pair them up together. You can combine them. Whatever you wish. So to start off, I think it's really important to understand that our bodies are meant for survival. So that means it's only been the last 7,000 years or whatever where we've actually we've had an abundance of food because of agriculture and mass production at our fingertips at any time. It's before that it was hunt, gather, kill, eat what you killed. So you'll notice that our bodies, we thrive off of being pressed to the limit. So through fat, it's like any workout. You push yourself to the limit, then you stop, you recover, and you come back stronger after that. It's the same thing with dieting. So another thing to understand also is that our habits serve as a means of communicating to our body. Our bodies take all of our habits and they respond to those habits. So our habits are a way of communicating to our body. So that way we can manipulate what we want our body to do. Is sort of like through our habits we can reprogram the software of our bodies. The first diet we're going to go over is it's a high performance diet. So it's like a diet that I would take a fighter through. This diet, so food, you have glycogen. This is carbohydrates, potatoes, sweet potato, rice, stuff like that. That's glycogen. Glycogen is good for prolonged, intense activity. So a fighter has to have carbohydrates. They have to have glycogen. So anything beyond 5 or 6 seconds of intense, like anywhere from like 3 to 5 seconds of fast, strong, hard bursts. So like 3 to 5 seconds, strong, hard burst. Your body's going to pull ATP out of your muscles for that. That's protein. That's steak, chicken, any form of protein. So, high performance diet for fighters is you're eating based on. So basically, what I would do with a fighter is I would say, and you can do this. Before every meal, before every time you put something through your body, I would take a fighter through 4 questions. The first question is, how hungry is your stomach? And then you ask, how hungry are your muscles? What did you just do? And what are you going to do next? So how hungry is your stomach? So a lot of times they've been broken down. They have to eat. They need to eat. They need the protein. They need the L-leucine. They need the branched chain amino acid profile to rebuild and come back stronger. So if your muscles are telling you they're hungry, they need glycogen, then you got to feed them. The third question is, what did you just do? So whatever you just did will help you determine what you need to eat. It will help you determine how beat up your muscles are. It will determine what you just went through, and then that will help determine what you need just to rebuild. Because every time we break everything down, we rebuild and we come back a little bit stronger. And then the fourth question is, what are you going to do next? So you have to prepare for the next workout or whatever's coming next. If you're just going to go for a long jog, afterwards, you don't need any glycogen. You can just stick to maybe some good saturated fats and a little bit of protein and some vegetables. We'll get into a little bit about how you do the diet of what you eat, what you're going to eat for the rest of the week. It's good to have that kind of structure and have that plan and those goals. But I think it's also very important that you're able to take it meal by meal. Because oftentimes things change, so the diet needs to change as well. Workouts change, maybe you change up your workout, or you missed a workout, or you added a workout. You have to change the diet as well. Okay, so if, for example, you get up in the morning, so you're going to take one of the classes today. It's a really intense workout with one of the other trainers. I recommend it maybe about 3 to 4 hours before the workout. Get a big meal, get plenty of good glycogen. I think sweet potato is the best source of carbohydrates. It's low. You get so much bang for your buck with sweet potato. So much, everything goes to work for you. When you eat a sweet potato, nothing goes to waste. Everything goes to work. But you can use rice, some protein, and then mix it. Maybe I like to always add a little bit of Greek yogurt for the probiotic to help your body. You want to be able to digest everything well. You don't want to be sitting around in your stomach. That would be before the workout. So let's say, for example, you have sparring day, load up on the glycogen, so you can go in and get a good workout. What this also does is it helps keep boosting your metabolism. If you're putting your body through a lot of work, but you're always giving, and you're running low on gas, and you don't know where the next gas station is, you're gonna slow it down. You're gonna keep the RPMs really low. But if you're got a full tank of gas and you know there's a gas station on every exit, you should just keep cranking it. It's the same thing with the metabolism. You keep burning. So let's say you're gonna do just again, like you're gonna just do a long run, maybe 30, 45-minute run, or any kind of cardio that has your heart rate about 135 to 145. Your body doesn't need glycogen. It doesn't need ATP. So the fuel source really gets your body in a state where it's just burning fat all the time. Then you also need to look at as far as quantity goes. I never count calories. I don't look at. You can, but try to get to a point where it's kind of hard, but try to get to the point where you can really listen to your body. Your body will talk to you. They'll tell you exactly what it needs, if you need more or less, as far as portion sizes. But anyway, next diet I'm going to talk about is intermittent fasting. So you can add intermittent fasting into the high-performance diet. But intermittent fasting, you hear a lot about that now. I've been started doing that about 6-8 months ago, and I love it. It's great. Hormone levels. Because a lot of people have trouble losing weight, especially as we get older. It's harder to lose weight. And I think a lot of that comes from hormone levels, especially insulin and cortisol. When our insulin levels are really high, especially in America, we have to be very careful about eating here in America. Our food is shit. It's so many refined carbohydrates. A lot of it's not even real food. It's not meant for our. Hold on one second. So, a lot of it's not even real food. It's just a lot of it's resistance. It's your body. It creates insulin resistance, and that creates more insulin. And then if you have high insulin levels, it doesn't matter what you eat after that. You can eat really healthy with high insulin levels. No matter what you eat, you're going to get fat. No matter what you do, you'll just get fat. Cortisol is also really bad. It's cortisol coming from stress and sleep. But what intermittent fasting does, intermittent fasting, basically, for those of you that don't know what it is, the window is about 12 to 16 hours. I've got 16 and more. It's 16 hours with no insulin spike whatsoever. So basically, all you're going to have is black coffee or water or tea, and that's it. It sounds a little more difficult than it is. It's actually pretty easy. Once you get used to it, it takes a little time getting accustomed to it. But once you get used to it, it's pretty easy and it feels really good. And so what you've done during that period is, in that 16 hours, your body starts to get, again, like we talked about this, your body responds to our bodies respond to our habits. So after 16 hours, the body said, "Whoa, wait, okay, we're not getting any more food. We got to start producing energy anyway." So basically, then it does something that's called nouveau glycogenesis. The liver starts sending out these ketones into the body, and the body starts taking stored. So if you have fat on your body, which we all do, if you have fat on your body, really what that is stored energy. Our bodies take, it could have been an excess of protein, it could have been an excess of potatoes, it could have been an excess of fat. But if anytime we eat more than we need, it gets, or there's other reasons, but it gets stored as energy. Our fat is stored energy. So what we're doing with intermittent fasting is you're telling your body, hey, you know what, you're not going to get any more fuel coming in. Start burning up that stored fuel that we have there in the belly and butt, wherever it is. Start burning that up for fuel. So when I'm doing long intermittent fast and I'm training in my fast and I start to feel down or I'm getting hungry, I just kind of pinch some fat and go, hey, there's your food right there. Burn that up. So after 16 hours, your body starts producing, it starts doing nouveau glycogenesis. Another benefit from that is it starts bringing insulin levels to start coming down. So then the next thing that we eat, and also it's good to give your digestive system a break as well. When you're eating all the time and you're not burning and you're not using all that fuel, it's not being digested and metabolized quickly, it's hard on the digestive system. Your digestive system needs a break. It brings down inflammation. It helps bring your cortisol levels down. It helps reset everything. And also a good time your body is able to start cleansing itself. Again, our bodies are amazing. They're meant to survive, and you push it to the limit, it starts to really perform. It can start to really perform. So it can start to do amazing things. Last 2 weeks ago, I did a 48-hour fast, and in that 48 hours, I worked out 3 times. I couldn't believe how good I felt after the 48 hours. And then I ate. After I ate, I thought I didn't even need to eat. So anyway, yeah. So after the 16 hours, so here's a tip too. After 16 hours of fasting, intermittent fasting, then your body's really starting to crank into that fat burning mode. Go do 30 to 45 minutes of cardio. Again, like a 135 to 145 heart rate. That will really crank up the fat burn. You can really start losing a lot of weight that way. A buddy of mine came into the gym a couple months ago, and he put on all this weight. He felt terrible. He hurt his back. He couldn't really exercise. So I said, listen, all you got to do, he came in, he weighed like 194. And then I said, all you're going to do, you're going to fast every day, 16 hours. And then when you hit the 16-hour mark, you're going to do some push-ups, some sit-ups, a little back exercise, and then you're going to go a 45-minute walk. Just walk away from your house, about 20, 25 minutes. So it really works. And you start to, you feel good too. Now, there are other benefits to the intermittent fasting also, especially prolonged into major benefit. It's a cognitive effect that happens. Your brain, after that point, so not only the body starts to get in survival mode, but the brain does as well. So the brain starts producing these, it's a protein nootropic called EDNF. All of a sudden, it's amazing how things become more clear. You start thinking faster. I strongly recommend you try it. Anyway. So if you wanted to use the 2, you can do for example, you can do a carb load the night before. So maybe for dinner, let's say if you have an intense workout the next afternoon, you can carb load the night before. So you eat a bunch of carbs and protein, eat a nice big meal the night before, and then do your 16-hour fast. So now you're burning fat, but you've loaded up the carbohydrates into your muscles. So your body stores glycogen in 2 places. It stores it in your muscles and it stores it in your liver. All you have to do is drain it from your liver in order to get into that glycogenesis state. You're still holding the glycogen in your muscles. So you can come in, you can have a great workout, fasted, and then burning lots of fat during that time. The other diet I'm going to talk about is ketosis. A lot of people talk about ketosis. Just want to make it clear, look, like we talked about earlier, you're reprogramming the software to really burn fat. Because what you're doing is all you're going to do basically is give your body fat, good saturated fats. But you want to make your diet about 85% fat, maybe 10% protein and 5% carbs. And you want to leave those carbs as like your vegetables. So by doing this, again, you drain your liver of glycogen, and then your muscles. So your body, most people, it takes them a few days to get into the state of ketosis, but you drain the body of glycogen. The body has no more glycogen, so the body says, okay, you know what, we got to just burn fat. And you keep putting fat into the body gets the point. And then again, your liver starts releasing these ketones into your body, and the more ketone production you got, the more you're burning fat. But a few things you got to be careful about with ketosis is overeating. Some people think, hey, as long as I'm in ketosis and I keep eating fat, I'm going to lose weight. Not necessarily. If you keep piling in food and your body's trying to digest all of it. So when you're in ketosis and you got a nice level of ketone levels are high, write it out. And as the ketone levels come down, throw another log on the fire. Eat another meal with some good saturated fats, and you feel that your ketone levels go up again. And again, you can combine all 3 of these workouts together. You can start off the week with high intensity workouts, just constantly replenishing, and then start pulling back. You can do an intermittent, like a carb load into an intermittent fast, and you burn everything off. and then you go into keto for a little bit, and then you carb load again and start it all over. I find that to be a very good way to maintain, to continue to get stronger and faster and in better shape, but also constantly bringing your weight down and keeping your metabolism high. Because if you just start starving yourself and still eating a little bit here and there, a caloric reduction will result in a slower metabolism. You got to keep throwing logs on the fire. Another thing to talk about too is supplements. You can use supplements. Supplements are a great way to keep the body, but also to get you ready for the next workout. Also, supplements are it's a great way. So once you get, like say you're doing a 6-week program, a 4-week program, calories out to really bring the weight down, you can that's when you start using the supplements so that your muscles are still able to perform and your body's able to perform without the calories, but you still got the metabolism going. So that's when, like when you see a fighter at a weigh-in, they're just shredded. There's no fat on there. Work faster, increase your endurance, and the whole time the weight has to keep coming down. It's like manipulating the diet, brainstorm all the different things that can come up that will get in your way. Whether it's birthdays or parties, or obviously you don't have that for the next 4 weeks, but lazy or stressed or whatever, the things that throw you off from your diet, plan for those. As the Stoic philosophers term they use, the premeditato malum, it's the premeditated bad. So anticipate things that can go wrong and have a plan already for how you can counteract that. Whether it's a birthday party or vacation, whatever. Also makes So there's sort of a rough overview of some different ways of dieting. There's, again, many different diets will work, can do the same thing. You just have to know exactly what you're doing. You have to, the timing of your diets is important, and then also sticking to it, being very consistent with your diet is important. Stay away from otherwise, that table salt, you're just gonna hold. You're just gonna get bloated. You're gonna hold a lot of water, and in that water, you're holding toxins and other things. Stay away from any added sugars, refined sugars. It's really bad for you. Massive insulin spike. Sodas, really bad. Fast food, really bad. Again, because we're in America, if we're in Europe, a lot of places in Europe or other countries, even in Mexico, go ahead and eat some bread, eat a tortilla, eat some pasta, but not. It's just a little different here. The gluten and the grain, our bodies don't like it, and it creates insulin resistance, a lot of inflammation. I noticed for myself. Yeah. So there you go. If it's hard to sort of go over everything in just an hour or less, half an hour. But if anyone is interested, now's a good time. We have 4 weeks while I'm quarantined. Go to my Instagram. It's FitFatBoy, and I'll help you for the next 4 weeks. Find out how much you can work out, and I'll help you put together a diet, a program. And day by day, I'll help you put together your diet, nutrition, and whether it's losing weight, gaining weight, getting stronger, faster, whatever it is. Send me a DM at FitFatBoy, and I'll help you put you on a 4-week camp. We'll do a 4-week camp, basically, just like I would with a fighter. So there you go.
Yeah. When?
I got random.